Police officers and vagrants are standing at the edge of the neighborhood watching the flames. Firefighters are also present at the scene, but they're not fighting the fire. Some of them are just stopping the flames from spreading to other neighborhoods, but it seems like this is planned for. Some policemen are evacuating people and telling them to get out of town for their own safety. They're just going to keep on getting attacked if they stay around here, and the murderer is not going to stop. And at the center of all of this, you see Elliot Ness watching the flames of Kingsbury run, just like he was watching the flames last night.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna go towards him and say, what happened?
We set the place aflame.
What?
Oh my god!
The hell did you do?
Oh my god!
We have to get these people out of here. They are going to keep on getting murdered as long as this keeps going.
Removing the scene of the crime isn't going to stop the murders. It's just going to take them somewhere else.
I had to do something to keep the people safe.
You don't even know which of those people might be the murderer. For all you know, you might have... You're... Oh god, this is so bad on so many levels. Like, you're clearing out one area, but then you're crowding up others, and now we have less sources to go off of. We've lost all of our crime scenes to investigate.
No. You don't understand. The vagrants are going to leave the town. They're going to go other places. That's what vagrants do. They'll be safe.
How do you know the killer won't follow or go after new victims in this area?
I don't know, but after what I saw last night, after I saw what the killer did to that dog, I had to do something. And you can see that a lot of policemen are like watching this interaction, and they're complicit in this, but they seem to also look at Elliot in a strange way now.
We broke Elliot.
And the vagrants look at every member of the police with anger and disappointment in their eyes. And by the way, this is also historically accurate. This also happened.
Really?
Oh my god! Holy...
This is part of the case.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Ah, this hurts my heart. Oh my god.
Okay, think I'm gonna let Elliot for now, and I'm just gonna like throw my vest somewhere, and I'm gonna start to see if people are in danger, but maybe we're lucky and we see someone that acts strangely and can bring us a lead.
Roll for search. But Elliot reassures you. He says, don't worry, we got everyone out of the houses before we started the fight.
I don't know if I just like... Le Philistin ou dire crétin?
If you should congratulate him or call him an idiot.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Double critical.
Failure.
Oh my god.
How can we be so unlucky today?
This is so horrible. Oh my god.
Jeez, they are burning a lot of this.
This has broken me. It was already messed up, and then the fact that this is all like what actually happened in real life is like just continuing to destroy me.
When you look at the police records and like the way the investigation was led for this case, the police really dropped the ball on this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds like dropping the ball.
Well, that sounds like dropping a shop of ball.
Too bad for everyone. Mrs. Ruffles isn't around to pick it up.
Oh, damn it.
That was a good
That
one.
was just mean.
Oh my god, y'all, we're screwed.
Here's what happens. You are certain you hear the voice of a child coming from inside of the neighborhood. You hear somebody calling for help, and you think it's coming from inside.
I'm gonna go. It's what I'm looking for.
Okay.
Is there anyone around?
Oh yeah, a lot of the town has massed around to see the fire. It's pretty entertaining. And so everyone sees you going into the flames. And by the way, like the streets themselves aren't burning, it's just a building, so you can still navigate through the neighborhood, but it is really, really hot.
I'm gonna try to
Yeah.
convince a firefighter or something to come with me.
Okay?
Well, that's his
Okay,
job.
yeah.
Shouldn't be too hard.
Yeah, when you say, I think I heard someone inside, like 3 firefighters come with you.
Perfect.
What is everybody else doing?
Staring in horror.
Yeah,
Oh God.
I think that's probably a willpower check to follow.
Yeah.
I'm not entirely sure I want this to succeed. No, critical success. Alright.
I don't want it to be succeed. Critical success.
Oh Jesus, me too.
The dice have spoken! Everyone is the fire!
The dice gods
Alright.
have spoken. TPK.
So my critical failure leads to 2 critical succeeds to probably find an open television.
Oh my
Uh,
God.
Actually, you run inside of the neighborhood and you find that there is actually someone calling from inside of the neighborhood. But it's not the voice of a child, it is someone calling for her child. You
Oh.
come across Michelle Wozniak, who is calling, Edward! Edward!
I can't believe I'm gonna do that, but where did you see him last time?
He ran out of my house when he saw the flames. I don't know where he is.
Are
I
you
don't know where
the
he is.
are you the psychopath that killed the dog and then sicked it on us?
I think it's not exactly the good moment for that.
Right.
She starts to run away from you. She's sprinting away from you as soon as you say that.
Oh.
But she's still calling Edward. She's also running away from you.
Alright, that might have been a mistake.
Yeah.
So what do you do?
Do we run after her? I run after her. I don't trust her.
Okay. Run for athletics.
Alrighty.
Okay. So, Oliver, you're lagging a bit behind, but Philip, you catch up to her.
I go and I'll just straight up tackle her to the ground.
Roll for brawl.
Alright. Oh.
You tackle her to the ground and you're on top of her. You've got her. And
Yeah.
you're holding her arm. If you want, you can have her in a hold.
Yeah, like exactly. Yeah, like I'm kind of
Okay.
restraining her.
And you see that she moves to get out of the hold in a way where there is a pop, and suddenly you're still holding her arm as if you were holding it behind her back, but she is facing you.
Oh
And
my god.
she does not seem to be feeling pain at all. And she's
Hey,
just
I hate this.
Is she alive?
she
Oh my
has just
god.
dislocated her arm like it was nothing. And now she grabs your collar and she says, "Don't get between me and my child. Let me go."
I, out of pure shock, just let go. I have no retaliation. I am terrified.
She starts running again, and you can see that she uses her good hand to pop her dislocated shoulder back into place. And there is no sign of pain on her face at all.
What? What? Oh,
You are having a hard time today.
yeah. This is bananas.
Is that all happening near the doctor office?
The fire will not reach the doctor's office because it is out of Kingsbury Run. Stefan, did you stay outside?
Well, I will move to direction where they're gone, but I'm not running or anything. I'm careful not to step into fire or not to caught any heat. And I'm not in no position to run. My athletic is just like non-existent.
We can say you were behind the group and you're with them.
Yeah.
Everybody roll an endurance check at +3 because of the heat. And if you fail, your character is going to start taking damage from feeling faint.
Hey!
Eric, you take 2 damage on your lifelines because of the heat. You're feeling faint.
I pass. I got a 13 in dark.
Do we still see her? Or she is out of the reach?
Philip knows in which direction she went, so it might be possible to track her, but no, you don't see her anymore.
I think we should not lost her. She is calling his name. She's yelling. So if we maybe go to that direction again, and maybe we can caught up with her.
You can make a survival check to track her.
I think Philip was the good one at that, right?
We all look at Philip.
The question is, does Philip want to go where she goes?
Come on, Philip. You can do this.
Oh, God.
There's so many
I
things
feel
we
like
need
I
to
would-
overcome.
Yeah. I feel like I would want to. I know that I have to, and that would drive me far enough. Like, I can lead them to her. I just may not be the one to directly interfere with her for this time around.
I will say to Philip, look, Philip, if you want the person who is responsible to what happened to Mrs. Ruffus, to the dog,
That's right.
we need to catch with her.
I'll do my best to search then. Oh, dude!
Alright. You track her. You follow her voice out of Kingsbury Run and down Harvard Avenue, and you find her in front of the morgue, and she is with Edward Sweeney. He is carrying a lot of pieces of paper from his office,
Oh,
medical
God.
papers, and they have not spotted you yet, but they're talking together, and she's trying to drag him in a direction, and he is trying to go in the other direction.
And did fire caught up with this part of the town, or we are out of the fire area?
You're completely out of the fire. You're now in the part of the town that is being preserved by the firefighters.
I'm going to look at Philip and Eric and kind of gesture towards and be like, aren't you going to arrest him?
Here's the thing. She's kind of chaotic. I actually did catch her earlier, and she got loose because she willingly dislocated her own shoulder and wasn't even affected.
So maybe just shoot her? No,
we don't-
We're working
we don't-
inside the law.
Yeah,
Right.
we don't quite have evidence that she might be the killer, so she could just be shifty for other reasons.
So she's trying to pull him towards west?
Yeah.
He's not willing to go that
Yeah.
way?
Okay, I got an idea. I'm just gonna like wave people to be silent, and I'm gonna whisper that I'm gonna try to follow them discreetly and to follow me from really, really far.
He has some papers with him, probably some kind of evidence or some kind of important documentation. Her reaction is just emotional. I'm not sure. But 2 things we can do. We can follow him. We know where she lives, so we can always find her. Or we wait and enter his morgue and his office and see what's inside.
How shady is it? How many shadows are there in this area of town?
Right now, it's during the middle of the day, and it's a nicer part of town, so there are less like creepy corners in which you can hide. So right now, anything that any of you do that could attract attention will require a stealth check, including following them.
I'm good at following, so you should let me follow them and search the office for anything they forgot.
I'll go with you because I am relatively good at stealthy stuff too.
Me
Okay.
and Philip will go inside of the morgue and see if we can find any evidence so we can actually confront them later.
No penalties to follow. You just have to roll higher than 19. Okay. So even before Stefan and Philip can get inside of the morgue, you two try to follow them as they start heading west, and Michelle Wozniak sees you and she starts to sprint away. And Edward is following her, and this is a chase now. Stefan and Philip, you both see this, so you can both intervene instead of going to the morgue if you want.
I'll definitely intervene.
Yeah, they are running away. While running, I will say to myself, raising his isolation out of fear of set intrigues, the child would not have escaped the numerous perils that threaten him but for the potent spell of his mother. So that will provide me some protection if some verses are cast. And then, while we're running, I will cast another verse. And that is my teleportation, and I will try to place myself before them.
Oh, nice.
And that's all I have for the karma.
Everybody roll for athleticism if they are racing with the rest to try to catch up to your opponents.
Oh, dang.
Yes.
Finally, some luck on my side.
Oliver, you can re-roll and add to see if you do more than by 16. Okay. So, what happens is that the two stealthy people, you were so good at hiding that you didn't realize that they started running away from you. And now you two are lagging behind. And in the meantime, Stefan teleports in front of them and Philip arrives right behind them. You got them. Like, they stopped running. And Edward says, "You'll never catch us alive." Michel Wozniak says, "No, don't fight them, they're dangerous. They're Hermes or Trinities, I don't know."
Listen to your mother.
Mother knows best.
Yeah.
Roll for persuasion.
Oh man, I'm bad. Oh fuck, it's only 0. Do I have bonus because I'm pointing at his mother? 10.
Oh,
That
right.
is not enough. You need at least 12 to succeed.
Yeah.
Oh.
So no, he is saying, "I will do what humans do best." And he starts moving towards you very confidently. He is calm in his stride, and he looks at you straight in the eyes, and you can feel the stare of someone who knows they can kill you, and who's going to try.
Yeah. Well, I'm the old man, yeah. I will take a few steps back, but I will not run. I will wait for my companions to arrive.
Eric and Oliver, you arrive right around then. If anybody wants to try to stop the fight from happening, now's your chance. Otherwise, we are going to have to do a fight at the beginning of the next game session.
Stefan, nobody likes you, huh? The bad guy?
Yeah. Zombies don't like me, bad guys don't like me. I don't know.
The only reason he's walking towards you is because behind him, Philip looks buff and you look old.
Yeah.
When I arrive, I'm going to start yelling, "Please get on the ground," as loud as I can and try to be as intimidating as possible.
Roll for leadership for intimidation. What about Eric?
I am gonna follow his lead for that.
Ooh, nice.
Nice.
I'm gonna follow him, but I don't need to roll, I think.
You rolled higher than his willpower, so you are intimidating enough that he says, "Fine, I surrender." And he raises his hand, dropping all of the papers he was holding to the floor. And they start to scatter away in the wind, and you've done it. You've caught the torso murderer of Kingsbury Run.
I will try to cut all the papers before they fly away.
Okay, you succeed.
I'm going to gesture to Philip to detain him and try to help with that because we need the papers, I'm guessing.
Probably.
Yeah.
And Philip's big and strong.
I'm swole. I'll go over and make sure he doesn't run off. I know we have handcuffs or anything, but I'll at least keep a firm hand on him the entire time.
You capture him, and
And I'll have my gun out, kind of pointed at his legs, just to say don't try anything silly.
when you bring him to Elliot Ness, Elliot is going to decide it is best if the rest of this is done under the radar. So he is going to bring all of you to a remote, safe place. where you can interrogate him without the rest of the police finding out that there is a lot of supernatural going on.
That's fair.
And we are going to play next time the interrogation that actually happened. There was an actual interrogation of Edward Sweeney by Elliot Ness, and we're going to be able to see that next time. I hope you enjoyed that I'm trying to sprinkle all of our adventures with historical events that really happened. I'm trying to bring a new light to them. Like, for example, like Elliot Ness really did burn Kingsbury Run, but it wasn't because he had seen an undead dog. It was just because he had a lot of pressure from the judge, from the press, and from people expecting him to solve this case. But I like that we can sprinkle some supernatural inside of it with your characters.
Yeah,
that's interesting.
No, this is so dope.
But you had to kill the dog.
Right? How dare you? How dare?
I did. By the way, next time it's going to be the opportunity for you to change history, because historically what happened is that Elliot didn't have enough physical evidence. And even though he brought in the inventor of the lie detector, who could confirm that Edward was the murderer, they still didn't have enough evidence to capture him, and he never did any prison time. So hopefully we can finish this next time. Did everybody have fun?
Yeah,
Oh
this
my
is,
god,
this
this was
is
so
good.
much fun. This was so wild, but so amazing.
I don't know if it stops the narration when I add, oh, by the way, this is historically accurate, or, like, are you all okay with me doing that? Or
Oh,
is-
yeah.
Yeah, sure. It's
Yeah.
interesting to see what happened.
Yeah, for me, it, like, adds to it, especially because I'm so used to, like, being shocked by, like, bold moves in fictional stories, but then to hear, like, that actually happen, like, just blows my mind. And it just, it makes everything so much more real, and it's like, you know, it feels less like I'm just playing a game and more like, oh my god, like I'm actually involved in this.
Yeah.
I'm glad. For me, it's important to base this story on things that really happened, to ground it, and because at the end of the day, the purpose of this game is to examine the darkest and the best times of humanity, and to have fun discovering it, and to, you know, like, I feel like all of us in some way we are going to be having a look at humanity and deciding and trying to see, like, you know, if humanity really belongs in the light or the darkness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So interesting.
Hi everyone, and thank you for watching this video. If you want to be a part of this story, we are currently looking for more players and game masters to play new games in this setting and on this channel. You can also be a part of the story by having your face added to the cast of characters. I draw all of the images for this game, and you can commission me to make you into an NPC. If you like the style and you want a drawing like that of yourself, or if you want to contribute to the project, you can contact me through the links in the description. Finally, if you want to keep up with all of the adventures on this channel, don't forget to subscribe and click the bell button so you can get a notification each time we upload the next episode of this story. And it would be very nice of you to like and share the video to help this channel grow. Have a nice day, everyone.